today's Next Tip Tuesday, we're going to continue on that replica bumper from that 80s Hilux that started on last week. So we already have our winch plate and our long bumper tabs attached here. So what I've done is I've taken a measurement from center of the tire, center of the tire. It was just easier than trying to measure the body. So I always do my stuff a little bit long. That way I can trim it back once I've got it fit. So the measurement I ended up with was about 28 centimeters. So I marked the center line on the 28 centimeters. I also marked the center of our winch plate so I can line things up. So what I did was I got that lined up, and then I measured the distance for our lower supports from the outside of the plate to the tip, which was, I don't remember, about 8 centimeters or 9. So get that lined up on the center line, and now everything matches up. So what I'm going to do is get the first bend going, which is going to be right in line with the long bumper tab. So as you get over here to the bender, what I did was I marked the edges of the long bumper tabs, because that's where I want the bend to be roughly. I want a little bit on the outside, but I got that marked up so I know where I should start my bends. Alright, so we have our main piece of the bumper bent up. So I made my bends based on the width of the long bumper tabs, and then I made a mark that was kind of in line with the side marker. So I set this up, I just kind of eyeballed it, and I marked one side. And I took that distance and I mirrored it to the other side. So for consistency, I just do one side and then I just copy it on the other. That way everything comes out symmetrical. So I also took the distance from the center, from the long bumper tab to the end, and I cut lower pieces. And I also measured the distance from the end to the side marker mark, and I mirrored it. So these will stack up on the bottom of the bumper like that. Alright, things are getting a little tricky here. So if you remember, the bumper had some plates. So I bent up some sheet metal to make the base for those plates. And it's a lot easier, for me at least, to make those and then set the bumper on top, and then I can trace out the pattern of the bumper, because obviously we want this to be as close to the original as possible. So this will be up like this, and then you see the top of the bumper plate. Alright, so as you can see, welded on these upper plates for the bumper, and then you can sort of see where I traced out the shape for the bar itself. So next step is going to be to trim these off and then get the upper bar section on, and we'll get the lower support fitted up. Alright, so we got it trimmed out, so our bumper will sit just on the bottom, or the bumper bar will sit just on the bottom side of that plate, and then I'm going to tack it on the bottom side so it looks nice and clean on the top edge there. I think that's as far as I'm going to get for this Next Tip Tuesday. This is a little more complicated. It takes a little longer to make this stuff. But thanks for watching.